Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. The first phase of Bihar polling is just about to end in some time. In some areas, the voting ends at 5. In some areas, the voting will end at 6. But overall, the voter turnout and the figure till 3 p.m. has been 53.77%. In the morning hours, the voting was reported as one of the lowest from Bihar, and which is what everyone was discussing, that how come the voter turnout has been so low. But overall, if you look at the polling today, if you look at the social media, RJD has put out tweets saying that people were not allowed to vote. There were cases of slow voting. There were cases of electricity cut off. Then there were reports of people saying that when they reached the polling booth, their votes were already cast. Then in some areas where they had to cross a river to vote, apparently there was no provision for the vote. The administration didn't have a provision for a boat. So all these things have been reported. So can we say that these were things through how the votes were being rigged? We'll try and discuss this, and also the big picture towards the end of phase one polling in Bihar. What does the contest look like? 121 seats today were in the fray. So we'll try and discuss the total picture. What does it look like at the end of phase one polling in Bihar? Joining me this evening is Manish Kumar, our senior reporter who's been there on the field. He was in Mokama in the morning. Manish, thank you so much for joining. We have Ashok Mishra, senior journalist and political commentator from Bihar. Thank you so much. We have Siddharth Sharma, independent media analyst, joining us. Thank you so much. And we have Dr. Sanjay Kumar from AN Patna College. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll begin with Manish. Manish, what are your reports? The voter turnout, which has been reported so far, is till 3 p.m. 53.77% voter turnout has been reported. Now, what does it go to show? And what kind of enthusiasm did you really see amongst the voters? Are they looking for a change? Has the anti-incumbency factor been quite dominant? What did you observe?
See, on the Nilu, on the point of anti-incumbency, there is no such a you can't say there is an anti-incumbency factor against the Nitish Kumar government. Lots of, if you speak to female voters, they will say he has done a good work. Especially in the female voters, any part of the society in the female section, you speak to them, they will say Nitish Kumar has delivered for last 20 years. Still, I in some of the parts, I heard women saying, "हमने तो इनका नमक खाया है." So these are the languages, these are the words of the female voters for the Nitish Kumar. And but if you go among the teenagers who are in the colleges, they will go for the search of job. If you speak to them, they will say, see, there is no employment opportunities in the Bihar. So this is the major factor among in the youth. Any youth you speak to them, even male voters, female voters. So what I find over here, Nilu, female voters, they are tilt towards Nitish Kumar, but the youth voters, they are very much in the search, because they are there is no employment opportunities, the good employment opportunities in the Bihar, and they are looking for the they want the change. If you speak to the female voters, but when I was in the Mokama, you know how much the sensitive this election has become in the Mokama after the Dular Chand Yadav murder. So there was a tension that there might be violence might occur in the Mokama, but there was a very peaceful polling happened here till now. Till the 6 p.m. the polling will continue over there. In the morning, I find female voters came to the booth for the polling. Old age people also came on the booth, and the in the cast the polling you can say the people who were casting the votes, it was divided on the caste basis. Because the both of the candidates are from the Bhumiyar caste, and there was that the Bhumiyar caste is going to be divided in the in the Mokama. But you when the Dhanuk, the Yadav, the Muslims, they I found that they are going towards the Mahagathbandhan. So I speak after switching off the camera with the voters. I find it the very here in the Mokama, it's a very neck to neck fight between the Surajbhan Singh wife and Anand Singh.
Right.
So it was there was a suspicion might be there will be violence, but the election has occurred in a peaceful manner in the Mokama. So it's a matter of the satisfaction for here.
Right, but Manish, I'm also seeing some random reports on social media that Vijay Sinha's car has been attacked somewhere. Are these reports correct? Are you aware of this? Because some social media websites have put it out, but I'm not too sure of that. Can you confirm it for us? Was there an
Yes, yes,
attack on
yes.
Vijay Sinha's car?
Yes, yes, Nilu. The Deputy CM Vijay Sinha car has been attacked in the Lucky Sarai, and the stones and the actually the villagers just get out his convoy, and they were angry because of the development works that didn't happen over there. But he is alleging that they are the RJD voters. Vijay Sinha threatened the administration that he will sit over there and on the dharna. He spoke to the SP also. He spoke to the DM also over there, and he was very angry. He said that by this way, there is a chance of breaking Jungle Raj in the Bihar, but I will not let them do so. So there was you can say that the villagers who were not satisfied with the work, they protested. He has seen this protest earlier also during the campaign in the Lucky Sarai. So, but this you can say that there is a political warfare going on, and he was angry upon the administration also. He threatened that I will sit on dharna. But this is the report came from the Lucky Sarai today.
Right. All right. Now I'll come to Ashok. Ashok, now, say, for example, in Danapur, there were reports that the people had to cross the river and come for voting, but there were no provisions. Deliberately, people have been alleging that deliberately they were stopped from voting. Then there have been complaints of reports where the Mahagathbandhan strongholds, from those particular bastions of Mahagathbandhan, the votes of the Yadavs and the Muslims have been deleted. How far are these reports correct? What did you get to hear from your sources?
No, Niru, I was in the morning when I talked to you, I was about to leave for some areas where polling was conducted today, especially in the riverine areas of near Danapur and a bit more deeper into the riverine areas in the morning today. So the situation, as you said, is correct in as far as it is concerned about some villages in in the Diara, which we call Diara areas of Danapur and across the Ganga. So along the Ganga, in fact. So there are unstable booths, shifting booths in that area. And recently, the flood waters of Ganga have receded. So the polling stations uh, were installed near. I think they were installed near the roadside, allowing the voters from the Diara area to come and cast their votes. Had it been in a normal time, the polling stations used to be there in the vicinity of their villages. This time, in some areas, the polling stations were, set up at nearby southern side of Ganga, near the roadside, where the polling booths, where the polling officers were there. That is because of the flood waters, the flood waters which are receded recently, and still some areas are flooded. So this is the uh, situation. In some areas, of course, some voters went to the uh, polling stations and they had no. Some of them had no papers, which is required for allowing them to cast their votes. In some cases, they could not get the slips, what we call parchees. So they had no purchase, so they were not allowed to cast their votes. In some areas, some people allege that their name doesn't exist in the voters list. when officials asked about them, asked about what did they do when the polling, the electoral roll were published, and it took only 2 3 months it took to complete the SIR. So they had no idea. Nobody came to them, and we had cast our vote last time, and in this time we are not allowed to cast the votes. So there are different kind of explanation and different
Right.
setup
Also,
people.
there have been cases of bogus voting. I have seen and I have come across sound bites of various voters saying that when we reached the polling booth, our votes had already been cast. What about those reports? Are these reports true about bogus voting having happened at various polling booths?
The polling stations which I visited, I could not find such complaints, but I heard about it from different sources that some of the
Hmm.
polling,
No, there are
sorry,
reports from
at some.
Nalanda, there are reports from Bihar Sharif saying that there were bogus voting which happened in those areas.
Yeah, it could be true. It could be true because I have no idea about. I personally visited some part of the Danapur constituency today, but I have no direct information from the Nalanda constituency. But there have been complaints about which I could watch on the different media channels and the social media channels. I could see that there were complaints that when the voters reached the polling stations, they found that their votes have already been cast. So these are, but then these are the minute cases. They are I can say these are the minor cases. The best thing and the worst thing you can say is that by 1 o'clock, the percentage of votes in Bihar, it was registered and recorded at nearly 42% across the 18 districts, nearly 42% average, from 39% to 46%. So if you take out the mean of that, you will find that it is around 42, 43%. So by 1 o'clock, such a huge voting in these areas, it shows that it indicates towards two things. One, whether it is an anti-incumbency votes which has drawn the voters in large numbers on the polling station, or it could be the benefit of you can say incumbency, the benefit of the freebies and the rupees 10,000 gift which the Nitish Kumar government has announced and already given. So this could be both the ways. So the number, but the most striking feature of the today's polling was that at 1 o'clock, the average voting was 42%, which surprised me. Which surprised me because normally by the end of by the end of in the afternoon, by 4 o'clock, we used to get the figures, touching around 45, 46%, and by evening it could be 55 and
All right.
56%.
All right. All right. All right. So I'll come to Siddharth now. Now, what you're pointing out about the voter turnout till 3 p.m., Siddharth, the voter turnout was 53.77%. And as what Ashok pointed out, that it was surprising that by 1 o'clock, 42, 43% people had already voted. What does it go to show? Does it show the hunger for change? Does it show anti incumbency? What does it show about the voting pattern of the people?
Well, the reports that have been reaching me since morning, very surprisingly, this doesn't seem to be an anti-incumbency vote against
Can you
Nitish Kumar,
correct your
but it,
audio, Siddharth? Your audio is a little problematic. There's a huss in the sound. If you can correct
then
that,
I'll
because
rejoin again. I'll rejoin
yeah, yeah.
again.
Fine. In the meanwhile, I'll just go back to Dr. Sanjay Kumar. Dr. Sanjay, what does it go to show? The kind of voter turnout which is seen till 3 p.m., 53.77. What does it show, sir?
This number earlier years voting till now it has not ended. It's even in the last hours people come and they are just they get entry before 5 o'clock in the main hall, yeah,
Okay,
even
I
till
think there's a
6
right.
they vote for. So
Hmm.
roughly what roughly I estimate that it will come around 60%. However, the official data after declaration of official results will not say whether it will come 60% or not. So this impressive with this impressive data, it is one thing is very clear that people are very eager to vote for, and many were confused whom to vote till yesterday. But now, with the turnout, one thing is very sure that they are very much enthusiastic to vote for. And what I have been reported earlier, that there were a lot of numbers to vote for. What we can infer from this, it's very difficult this time, because last time when women a lot of women were in the queue to vote,
Dr. Sanjay, can you correct your audio? Sir,
then
I'm not
we
getting
can
your audio, which is
easily
very clear.
we could
Dr.
have
Sanjay,
just
Dr.
established
Sanjay, Dr. Sanjay, Dr. Sanjay, can you also correct your audio and come back again
yeah.
after logging out and then log in? Please, your audio is interrupted right now. I'll go to Siddharth in the meanwhile. Siddharth, we were talking about this 53.77% of voters coming out and voting in huge numbers. Now, does it give sleepless nights to Mahagathbandhan, or does it give sleepless nights to NDA? It's a huge number.
Yeah, I hope my audio is better now.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, by the reports that I'm getting since this morning, because my ancestral place is also in Bihar, what it seems today, at least, and it's very surprising that this does not seem to be an anti-incumbency vote against Nitish Kumar, but it definitely seems an anti-BJP vote. People are coming out; they are angry that BJP has been punishing them, punishing people with something called as an SIR. And I think the end result would be regional parties seems to be benefiting more, and national parties may end up with fewer seats than last time. This is what the trend since morning the shows. And just like Ashok sir and Manish ji said, and you were also saying, you all, between all of you four, the things that came out were bogus voting, people denied voting, things called Diara, Lakhisarai, Mokama. So for the benefit of the viewers of Federal, in Bihar, because my place is, I was born somewhere near a place called Lakhisarai, where Lakhisarai is still our bazaar. That is where my ancestors go to bazaar, and I'm the son-in-law of Mokama. So I know a little bit about Bihar. So Diara is a place which is very fertile, but also very prone. And Bihar has 21 rivers, and Diara essentially means island between a river, and there are 25 lakh acres of Diara land in Bihar. That is 12.5% of the land mass of Bihar falls under Diara. And this is a land where the top layer of 4 feet, that is every year because of the floods, a top layer of 3 or 4 feet of soil is very good. Agricultural soil, but below that, hundreds of feet of sand, silt is there because of thousands of years of river flow. That is why you find that a lot of bridges keep falling in Bihar. That is because the foundations don't get the bedrock for hundreds of feet in the river. That's why they keep crumbling. So this is the landmass of Diara, and that is what you were saying, that in places like Danapur, etc., a lot of people have been denied voting because they live in Diaras and their voting place is too far away. They need to be given ferries or boats, which obviously the administration has failed to give them. I believe now they are trying to give them. So that is what is happening. That is how voting is being denied. A lot of people, since morning, ANI PTI has shown a lot of women coming out and saying that they had all the documents with them, but still they were not allowed to vote. So there is a latent anger within Bihar, especially women in Bihar, that their votes have been, their voting rights have been denied. Now, coming back to the second point regarding the bogus voting. Today, surprisingly, yesterday, the leader of the opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, showed that in Haryana, 25 lakh votes were added. Forget about the deletions. Today, an Aam Aadmi in Delhi has shown that even BJP workers, BJP former MPs, are themselves tweeting two photographs. One photograph 6 months ago, they have voted in Delhi. Today, they are saying that they are voting in Bihar. So that yesterday, Mr. Rahul Gandhi just showed documents that there are people who have two votes in two places. Today, those two people are themselves declaring that they are voting in two states. So there is a very clear-cut bogus voting happening in Bihar, and that is why, as Manish ji said, in Lakhisarai, the deputy chief minister of Bihar was hounded out by villagers, by people, not by political opponents. That goes on to show that there is latent anger, not against the incumbent government of Mr. Nitish Kumar, because Mr. Nitish Kumar is still very popular, especially amongst the women folk, for two reasons. One is the abolition, the liquor prohibition that he has done. Women feel that their families are safer and more peaceful because of that. And the second and very important thing is that he has made sure 50% reservation in Gram Sabha representation for women. So women feel empowered under Nitish Kumar, but they are very angry about the BJP. So essentially, my bottom line here is that the vote transfer between BJP and JDU voters, I don't think today are voting towards BJP. Wherever for a JDU voter, JDU candidate is not there. Please understand 140, if I am a JDU voter, 142 seats, I don't have a JDU candidate in front of me. I have to vote either for the LJP or for the BJP. Since and they know that Mr. नीतीश कुमार को जिस तरह से हिंदी में बोला जाता है निपटाने की कोशिश की गई है. Mr. Nitish Kumar has been sidelined by the BJP top brass. People, the BJP voter is pretty angry. He will be voting for JDU in large numbers. Women will be voting for JDU in large numbers. But wherever JDU is not in fray and their option is something different, their vote transfer to NDA will be comparatively lesser. They will go for other regional parties rather than BJP. I think this voting today, right now, happening in Bihar is an anti-incumbency, not against Nitish Kumar, but against BJP for putting Biharis into needless hardships through this thing called SIR, which is leading them to a lot of difficulty. A lot of people's votes have been disenfranchised, and the biggest anger being that a chief minister that they like, whether he has worked, whether he has not worked, that is a different issue. He is a popular chief minister. He is a mass leader. BJP trying to sideline Mr. Nitish Kumar, trying to finish off Mr. Nitish Kumar's career. People are angry with that. So I think what is going to happen right now, today as well as on the 11th, the trend today I am seeing and the reports I am getting is that a lot of there is a huge anti-incumbency against BJP. That would mean that in these elections, regional parties are benefiting more and the national parties are losing more. This has become a very, very regional election now.
Right. Okay. So you're saying it's becoming a regional election where people are their anger is directed towards BJP. Dr. Sanjay, I'll come to you now. What does the total picture look like for 121 seats which went to polls today at the end of the day? Almost the voting is ending now. And the voter percentage, of course, the latest figure is not yet out, but till 3 p.m. figures we have, that is about 53.77%. It's a triangular contest between the Mahagathbandhan, the NDA, and the third player, of course, is Prashant Kishore. What can you say about the triangular contest as far as the first phase of voting is concerned? Yes, Dr. Sanjay.
So far, the first phase of polling is about to end. After a few minutes, after half an hour, the situation is not very clear. But one thing it can be said with confirmation that Nitish Kumar is getting some sympathy vote, no doubt. And the major loser is BJP. In
Your
this
audio is still creating
first phase.
problems.
And so
Okay. Dr.
far,
Sanjay, your audio is getting interrupted, sir. Dr. Sanjay, I'm sorry, your audio is getting interrupted. I'll have to go to Manish now because there's some problem in your Wi-Fi, I guess. Manish, so what can you say about the triangular contest which is playing out on
am I
the day?
audible?
No, sir, you are audible, but your audio is breaking in between. So I'm sorry. I'll have to go to Manish now. Yes, Manish. The triangular contest. What does the total picture look like for 121 seats?
See, Nilu, earlier, 1 month back, and before I came to Bihar, it was said in the Delhi power corridors and even the media persons that Jan Suraj is a big player. It's going to dent the votes of the NDA and Mahagathbandhan. But after covering from the Samastipur to Darbhanga to Madhubani to Saharsa and Supal, all these areas, I don't find Jan Suraj a big threat to either, and it's if it cuts the votes, it's going to cut the vote of the NDA. I don't find Jan Suraj is a big threat for any of the allies. There is a direct fight between NDA and Mahagathbandhan. It might cut few votes in every constituencies, but it will damage the NDA more than the Mahagathbandhan. What I found, and the BJP, there is as the Siddharth ji was saying, major anger among in the Bihar. You will find out, Nilu, is because of the corruption. You find go in the block level, villagers, poor people, they are saying they don't get work done in the any block or any government offices without giving bribe, and they are fed up with the corruption. If the Nitish Kumar government, if there is any anti-incumbency wave over here, corruption will be the biggest issue, and unemployment will be the biggest issue, which will pull down this government. I found in villages, in the diaras, in every area you go, they speak about the corruption. If you go for the registry of the land, you have to pay the bribe. You go for the birth certificate, you for the go for the death certificate, you have to pay the bribe. And this is the biggest issue I found in each and every district of the Bihar. If this government will go down, is because of the corruption, which hurts the common man, which hurts the every individual in the Bihar. And definitely the fight is between, as the early Siddharth ji was also saying, that the Nitish Kumar, the Kurmi and the Kushwaha. What I found is the Kushwaha vote, which was earlier with the NDA, it's tilting towards Mahagathbandhan. The big Kushwaha votes is going among the Mahagathbandhan. I found Kurmi, they are very much concerned about the Nitish Kumar. He might be pulled on by the BJP. So, as BJP candidates, where they are fighting with the RJD and the Congress, biggest it will hurt the BJP candidates. It will not hurt the JDU candidates. So this is the situation in the Bihar, and definitely there is a speculation that the you might see that the JDU wins more seats than the 2020. It might be happen in Bihar. So this is the situation, Nilu, in the Bihar right now.
All right. So you are saying that there is a lot of anger against corruption. Then you are saying that, let's say, for example, the Kushwaha votes, they are getting transferred or they are getting tilted towards the Mahagathbandhan. So who stands with a certain edge? Ashok, if I may ask you, and that's the last question, that who stands to gain in the first phase? Though it's difficult to come up with a concrete picture, but a rough estimate, what does it go to show? You've traveled across, you've interacted with the people. What does it look like? Who seems to be weighing down more as far as these 121 seats are concerned? Which alliance seems to be having an edge?
Look, in 2020 elections, on these 121 seats which went to the polls today, uh, the the NDA has got 60 seats, while the RJD-led Mahagathbandhan had, garnered garnered 61 seats. So they were equally poised last time, with a little edge of Mahagathbandhan. This time I could find that Manish was also saying he was correct, that there is a complete anger against the state machinery, especially from higher to the lower level. That you have to pay bribe even to secure a death certificate. This is the situation. This is a horrible situation where one person goes for a pension, works, and everything. So they will have to pay uh, a bribe to the clerical cadre and the officials. So this is very horrible situation. So this remains, and this
So
is
if
could be
corruption
the
is such a big
anger.
issue, if corruption is such a big issue, then the former BJP minister R.K. Singh, he himself had spoken about a 62,000 crore scam in which Adani's company was involved. Now, do revelations like these then impact the prospects of NDA and BJP, especially?
Well, this is going to obviously this is going to harm the BJP, because people are here, people are angry, they will vote against the NDA, which is ruling the state for the past 20 years. Now, what I was trying to make a point was that they will vote. Nitish Kumar still is considered to be an accepted leader, let alone his physical conditions today, but he is accepted as a leader. Uh, People say that he has been surrounded by some people who are not good, who are corrupt, but Nitish Kumar individually is an accepted fact. Now, what is happening is among some voters of Janata Dal U, it is a feeling that last time Nitish Kumar was cheated by the NDA constituents, especially the BJP and Chirag Paswan, which was not the part of the constituent at that point of time. But so people think that Nitish Kumar was cheated, stabbed in the back was the word used by some people. So this time they are very cautious. They will vote for Janata Dal U, but in areas where the Janata Dal U is not, contesting the elections, they might think otherwise. Maybe they may go slow in terms of voting. They may vote for some other political regional parties. So this is the mentality of the people who are supporters of Janata Dal U or
Right.
Nitish Kumar. This will have an impact on the electoral, results on 14th.
Right. All right. So this is almost the end of the first phase of polling. The second one is on 11th, and then of course the result day, that is on 14th. But lots to look forward to. We still do not know. Some people say it's a neck and neck fight. Some say that it's an anger against BJP. Then of course corruption is a big issue. How the votes are getting transferred to various communities, like Manish pointed out, that Kushwaha vote is getting more inclined towards the Mahagathbandhan. So these are all interesting developments in a state which is politically so aware, politically so active, but no one knows the results as of now. And even at the end of the first phase of polling, it's very difficult to say which alliance stands to gain. And of course, don't forget the X factor, PK. Will he actually emerge as the X factor? We do not know still. So we'll have to end it here. Thank you so much, Manish, for joining. Ashok Mishra ji, thank you very much for joining.